What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to episode 3, part 3 of my series on the toxic relationship dynamics of a narcissist, the toxic cycle of a relationship with a possible narcissist or toxic person. You know, part 1 is the idealization, love bombing phase. Part 2 is the devaluation phase, and this part 3 is the discard phase. Part phase is the Hoover and whatnot. But like I said, the other parts will be linked in this description and whatnot. So the discard phase. So a lot of people think the discard comes after the devaluation phase. But this is all my interpretation, y'all. For me, the discard phase starts during the devaluation phase. What I mean starts during, it's like, so what I mean by starts during the devaluation phase is that for me, there are more than one type of discards. There's the emotional discard, and then there's the physical discard. You know, the emotional discard comes when the perfect image of you that this narcissist has in their heads shatters. Like, we don't see you the same. We don't see you in the same light anymore, and things like that. So that part shatters, and they start to treat you differently. And when they start to treat you differently, they start to act differently towards you. You understand it, you see it, you feel it. You wake up one day and just like, damn, I'm being treated differently for some reason. Like the spark is it's like the spark is gone. The flame has, it hasn't extinguished, but it's flickering. It's flickering. You know what I mean? It's like you have a phone charger plugged into the wall. It's kind of falling out the wall. Like this is the socket. This is the phone charger, and it's falling out the wall a little bit. It's still charging, but it's not charging. It flickers on and off. You have to tap it a little bit to make sure it's still charging. You see what I'm saying? So the emotional discard happens during the devaluation phase. And just because, I had to make this clear in a lot of videos, just because they emotionally discard you doesn't mean that they will physically discard you and get rid of you. You know what I mean? They can emotionally discard you, get rid of you, and they can emotionally discard you, get rid of you emotionally, and take away all the affection, the love, the care, and stuff like that, because that's part of the dynamic. They emotionally discard you, so the affection and all that stuff goes away. You see what I'm saying? Give me 1 second, y'all. The affection and the love and stuff goes away. So that's during the devaluation phase. You know what I mean? So when they emotionally discard you, they are typically, this is what I tell people, when they emotionally discard you, they are trying to emotionally connect to someone else typically. So when they get rid of you emotionally, they're trying to connect to someone else emotionally. They have to get the emotional validation, the emotional supply from someone else. It doesn't have to be a new relationship partner. It could possibly be, in my mind, it doesn't have to be a new relationship partner. It can be, they can just start love bombing your kids. They can start love bombing your friends, their family members, the pets. They can start love bombing the pets, giving the pets all the affection and stuff that they were giving to you. And they can get their emotional validation from the unconditional love that a dog gives you or something like that. You know what I mean? That's why you see that happen sometimes. I know people ask me, do narcissists like animals? I have 2 animals. I love my animals. You know what I mean? It's a case-by-case basis. Some of them hate animals. You know what I mean? It really is a case-by-case basis and things like that. So you have to act like, so the discard phase happens when they emotionally kind of get rid of you. It doesn't feel the same anymore. The spark is gone. Like, y'all don't touch it anymore. There's no more clapping of the cheeks and things of that nature right there, y'all. So that happens a lot of times to a lot of people. And I think, and this is my perspective, y'all, that the emotional discard phase happens in most, if not all, toxic relationship with narcissistic people. Because if you think you're dealing with a narcissist, of course the love spark goes away. It goes away. It doesn't feel the same anymore. It feels like you have a glorified roommate, and they start showing you love and affection through like physical gifts. They'll give you flowers and stuff like that, but they won't hug you. They'll tell you that they'll do stuff like that. They'll buy you stuff, but they won't clap your cheeks or whatever. You see what I'm saying? They'll do things like that, and they think that's enough. Oh, I don't have to do any kind of emotional labor or whatever. I can just give her the physical stuff. I can give him the physical stuff. You know what I mean? But sometimes the emotional discard does lead to the physical discard when they physically get rid of you. And this is how I'm gonna say it like this as well. The physical discard phase does not. It's gonna sound crazy, so bear with me, y'all. The physical discard phase doesn't mean that y'all don't, like, if y'all in a relationship it doesn't mean that they move out. You see what I'm saying? Y'all can live together and you can be emotionally and physically discarded. Because they don't, again, it's like y'all just coexisting together. But a lot of times this happens because y'all still have kids. Y'all have kids or you have property together. There's a lot of stuff that you have to untangle, to break up, or to be done completely, and things like that. So y'all can actually live together and you can be both emotionally discarded and physically discarded. You know, it happens all the time. But you're still connected to the person. You still love this person. You still care about this person. You want the relationship to work. So you're still trying. That person is completely logged out. They don't touch you. They don't buy you anything. They just come in and out the house. And sometimes they already have another partner lined up and they're spending the night with someone else. They're sleeping with somebody else. They're doing all this other stuff with other people while you are sitting there, you know what I mean, just chilling and stuff like that. There's not much you can do. There's not much you can handle and things like that. You know what I mean? So always remember, if you're dealing with narcissistic people, this is kind of the process you have to deal with, y'all. And this is not, again, y'all, I know people hear me talking like this and you just think I'm just being harsh, and I'm just trying to prepare y'all. Because a lot of people, when you get emotionally discarded, you try to rekindle the flame. You put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it. You know what I mean? And a narcissist sometimes will actually try. Especially if you decide that you get fed up and try to leave, that narcissistic person might try to turn the love back on. They might start to do everything that they used to do. And that makes it harder for you to leave. And most people stay when this happens. Let's keep it hot, keep it real. Most people, when the narcissist turns the love switch back on a little bit, it's not as intense as it was before, but when they turn it back on a little bit, most people stay. You don't leave because they're giving you what you've been asking for. They're telling you the stuff that you want to hear. You mean they become the person again, or similar to the person again that you fell in love with. But sometimes when that discard phase happens, they might ghost you. They might actually ghost you. When they physically and emotionally discard you, they might actually disappear on you without a trace. You know what I mean? It'll be like they never existed and things like that. So you also have to prepare for that as well. You know what I mean? It'll be just like you never existed in this person's life. And I know it's like, and most people, you want to know that you mattered. You want to know that you cared and stuff like that. You want to know what actually happened. Sometimes your presence, y'all, sometimes they just look at you in a different light. You're not the same person they met, and they just ghost you. They don't have the emotional energy or the courage or the strength to tell you why. They just disappear on you. They just ghost you. And typically the ghosting doesn't happen within the marriage. Typically the ghosting happens when y'all just boyfriend, girlfriend, and y'all not living together. I've heard situations where they ghost you while y'all actually living together, leave you to foot the bills and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And y'all were splitting bills and stuff like that. And now you have to do it on your own. Well, they don't care. You're like, you reach out to them, you're calling them, you're blowing their phones up, you're texting them back to back. You're doing all this stuff, and you get no response from it. You never hear from them again. Or you do hear from them again sometimes. And we'll go over that in the next video about the hoovering phase. You know, hoovering. Not all narcissists hoover, y'all. I'm gonna keep it hot. I'm gonna prepare y'all for that. But not all narcissists will try to get you back into a relationship with them. They just won't do that. You know what I mean? So if you're in a relationship dynamic with a narcissist, the discard phase is inevitable, y'all. This is one of all these phases are inevitable. You know, it's kind of like Thanos. I am inevitable. Finger snap and the relationship ends. You know what I mean? Finger snap, relationship ends and stuff like that. Because that's how it goes with in the narcissist's mind. One day they wake up and they don't look at you the same anymore. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it's just all internal. Sometimes it's all mental. You know what I mean? I told my therapist about that. I told her about the situation with my son's mom, with my ex before my son's mom, with my ex before that. Like one day I woke up and I didn't look at those people the same way anymore. I was like, I don't understand why. Part of me still loves and cares about this person, but another part of me takes over and just kind of damn near controls my body and refuses to let me show this person love, care, and affection. So that happens sometimes too, because doing the emotional discard, like when I haven't physically discarded my wife, I've emotionally discarded her. You know what I mean? During that phase, a part of me was, wanting to get rid of her, but a part of me was still in love with her. I didn't want to leave, so the part I stayed physically here. She ended up leaving because I emotionally discarded her. So she physically left me. So that happens. I know. Let me go ahead and knock this out of the way before I end this video. I know what y'all gonna say, but like Lee, you just contradicted yourself, Lee. Gotcha. We're waiting on that. Narcissists lie, contradict themselves all the time, and you're no different. I also said I'm in therapy for 5 years, and I've been working on as to why the emotional discard happens in my mind. And I told y'all there are different parts of me as well. The narcissistic part that kind of kicks in and makes me become the narcissist, and the other part of me, which is not, I don't think is not as narcissistic, the inner child part of me that is pretty much a human, a normal person. You know what I mean? I'm working on letting the non-narcissistic part of me be in more control than the narcissistic part of me through therapy. That's why our relationship dynamic works, because I can do some emotional stuff. I can be there emotionally and things like that for my wife and for my kids, and a situation like that. See, I was just physically there for my child. She about fell off her chair. I had to catch her. And Dad, you killing everything. You wanna say hey? You wanna say hello before the video ends? Say hello. Can you say hey? You waving? Ah! She said, hey, good job. I'm proud of you. So smart. So smart. You say smart with a CH. Smart. You're so smart. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. Part 4, the hoovering phase, is up next. The other parts, idealization phase and the evaluation phase, will be linked in the comment section. They're also in the same playlist as well. They're in a playlist together as well, y'all. So y'all see them in a playlist as well. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all, because, as much as y'all say y'all learn from me, I promise you, I learn even more from you. Thank you. Mental Illness, like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace. Boom.